This Austin Reaves rumor is insane. There's a rumor that Austin Reaves could leave the Lakers, and part of that is because he's going to be a free agent this upcoming offseason, and I'm not sure if the Lakers want to commit to him long term. Austin Reaves has been great this year, will likely be an all-star, and the Lakers are currently sitting at, I believe, third in the Western Conference. But at the end of the day, Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves, they're both guards, and Austin Reaves will likely get at least 30 million, which isn't bad for Reaves, but I think he could get up to 40 million if a rebuilding team like the Jazz were to get in on the bidding. Here's the reason that the Lakers have no leverage. While the Lakers have bird rights and they'll have cap space next year, so they'll be able to match any deal that's offered, the Jazz, the Nets, the Wizards, teams like that will have the same cap space, and they'll be able to bid on Austin Reaves, potentially giving him up to 45 million, I believe, which I don't think that's something the Lakers want to commit to long term. So, could he be traded, or will the Lakers just gamble on the fact that they're going to have to pay Reaves a ton for long term and commit to a core of Luka and Reaves? LeBron's agent has already said this, that they should swap him for Jaren Jackson Jr., and I don't think that's a bad idea. I think Jaren fits the Lakers more than Luka, and once LeBron's gone, they're going to need a lot more front court. The Luka trade is hands down great for the Lakers. However, it doesn't address their depth problems. And while it does give them guys like Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent that they can trade away for depth, they don't have any draft capital or young players, really, other than Dalton Connect, to trade. So, a trade that could work here is sending Austin Reaves to the Memphis Grizzlies for Jaren Jackson Jr. And since Reaves is, at this point in time, the more valuable player, they could also send Kleba, Gabe Vincent, in return for some of Memphis's depth pieces, like a guy like John Conchar, or maybe even Brandon Clark for center depth. This trade is great for the Lakers, in my opinion, and I think it's good for the Grizzlies if they end up moving on from Ja, because the Grizzlies could potentially trade Ja to Toronto, for example, in exchange for contracts and picks, and then get Austin Reaves for a cheaper price than he would be. The NBA trade market, this trade deadline, is going to be a lot lower. The only names we're really looking at are Ja Morant, potentially Anthony Davis, but with his injury, I'm not sure that it's going to happen. You know, there's rumors about Giannis, but the Giannis would be more of like a Luka Doncic trade where it comes out of nowhere. I doubt Giannis gets traded. So I think Austin Reaves makes sense for the Lakers, right? There's not a huge market for a lot of big players. So if any teams like maybe Toronto are willing to make a splash, they could get rid of him, because I just think it will be a legitimate gamble if the Lakers end up keeping him, because, like I said, teams like the Jazz, who are reportedly interested in Austin Reaves, he would make sense. I mean, Reaves and Keontae are very similar, but having a core of Keontae, Austin Reaves, Lauri Markkanen, Ace Bailey, and Walker Kessler could look really, really good going forward if Reaves continues to play how he is. So you can see why that would be appealing for the Jazz. And the Lakers will be able to retain him if they decide to, but the Jazz could significantly overpay. I'm talking 45 million for 5 years. The Jazz could offer that, and the Lakers do not want to commit to that type of money. When you have a guy like Luka Doncic, you want all the flexibility. And while they'll have around 50 to 70 million dollars in cap space next season, as long as LeBron leaves, they're not going to want to invest in Austin Reaves for that long. It makes more sense to have Jaren Jackson Jr., who only makes $23 million for the next 3 years. That is a value contract. The former DPOY would fit this team significantly, and it allows them to continue building with depth because, like we're seeing with the OKC Thunder, yes, they have their star in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren are close to stars, but it makes more sense to have depth like Alex Caruso, Lou Dort. We saw that with the Celtics. They have Drew Holiday and Derek White, who are not necessarily superstars, but they're really solid players on $20 to $30 million contracts. And the Lakers are going to look to replicate that. And I think trading Reaves is the right decision. Even with sign and trades in the offseason, the Lakers will have no leverage. While right now they have all the leverage. A team wanting to trade away, because if Memphis decides, oh, we're just going to wait till the offseason and attempt to outbid the Lakers, well, they don't have bird rights. They can't offer nearly as much. But if they get Austin Reaves, then technically if they wanted to go all in by trading some of the picks they got for maybe John Morant, they could go over the salary cap to sign Austin Reaves because of bird rights that the Lakers would also, in turn, be trading them. So let me know what you think. I think Reaves to the Jazz makes sense. I don't think the Jazz would actually trade for him, but if the Lakers hold on to him, the Jazz are definitely going to be a bidder for Austin Reaves. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Help me get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season. And see you next time on Go Buy Suits.